Hello, good morning to everyone. So myself Santosh Kumar, working as a lecturer at Government Polytechnic Aurad since 2011. So today I am presenting a class on the subject environmental sustainability to the first semester students of our civil engineering department. So this is a newly introduced subject, environmental sustainability. It is consisting of totally 6 unit. First unit is uh, ecosystem. Second unit is air pollution. Third one is noise pollution. Fourth one is water and soil pollution. Fifth one is renewable sources of energy and solid waste management and environmental act. And this is a very important topic. Okay, now I am presenting my class on the uh, first unit, that is unit 1 ecosystem. The content covered in this topic are introduction to global warming, greenhouse effect, introduction to global warming. So the earth is warming at an steady space, means the earth is continuously heating at a steady space. So the heat generated is maybe due to the human caused interference in our uh, climate. The human caused interference in the form of the this human caused greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases, if they are present in the atmosphere with their permissible range, say example water vapor, carbon dioxide, sulfur and ozone. So these are the some of the greenhouse gases. So when they are present within permissible limit, then it will be fine. But when their concentration is increased, so when we extensively use the fossil fuels or when we extensively burnt the fossil fuels, then their concentration may be increased in our uh, atmosphere. So which will creating health and ecological imbalance in the system. From the post-industrialization period, since 1850 to 1900, since this post pre-industrialization period, the temperature is increasing average at an 1 degree Celsius for every decade. And so after that, the global warming is happening due to the human caused interference as well as from the natural disasters. So despite this, the global warming, it is closely associated with the climate change. So there is an increase in the temperature of 0.2 degree Celsius for every decade. And at present now 95% of the human activities are increased, so which are causing the global warming. And climate change is also, it is closely associated with the global warming. Okay, now the definition of the global warming. So global warming is an phenomena of climate change characterized by the general increase in the average temperature of the earth, so which modifies the weather, balances the ecosystem for the long time. So it is directly linked with the increase in the greenhouse gases in our ecosystem. Just now I told you the greenhouse gases which are already present in the atmosphere, if they are within the permissible range, then it will not be a issue. Say example, the water vapor. So if it is within 60 to 36 to 70%, the carbon dioxide 9 to 26%, and the methane 4 to 9%, and the ozone within 3 to 7%. if they are present within the permissible limit, so then there will be not any issue. But when their concentration is increased, so which is when their concentration is increased, it will cause a serious issue and worsening this greenhouse effect. So for that reason, we have to control the increase in the greenhouse gases, and we should see that the greenhouse gases must not be increased. Now the main causes for the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is causing due to various reasons. So we will discuss a few issues which are causing the greenhouse gases. So one is fossil fuels. So extensively we are using the fossil fuels in the present scenario. Say example, burning of the coal, oil and gases. So these produces the carbon dioxide which is released into the atmosphere. Say example, burning of the coal. So during at present industrialization, so what we are doing, so we are extensively using the coal. So that coal, it is used in either heavy industries such as thermal power plants, in the powerhouses, steel plants. So like that, everywhere this every industries, this coal will be used as a raw material. The mainly the raw material used is for producing the electricity at all over this NTPCs, national thermal power plants. So the coal it is using, and coal it is an non-renewable source of energy. So we may get the coal up to next 50 years, but after that we may not get. So for that reason also we have to control the use of the fossil fuels. Example, oil. So we are continuously using the oil and gases. The oil it is used in the form of this petrol, diesel and fuel for the various vehicles. So while burning those oil and gas oils, so it will produce the carbon dioxide which is directly releasing into the atmosphere, or it is directly released into the atmosphere, thereby increasing the temperature of the our earth. And the second reason for the deforestation is second reason for the global warming is deforestation, because this deforestation it will play a very important role, because continuously exploitation of the forest, it will change play a major role in the climate change, because already we know that plant will use the carbon dioxide for preparing the food by the process of this photosynthesis. So they will utilize the carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere and produces the oxygen for us. But what we are doing, so we are continuously cutting down the trees for various works. So when we cut down the trees of a forest, so it will the entrapped carbon dioxide in the trees will be suddenly released into the atmosphere, so thereby worsening the effect of this global warming. So for that reason we have to control the deforestation. And the third reason for the global warming is intensive farming. To increase the yield in the fields, so farmers are extensively using the fertilizers. So by using the fertilizers we may get the high yield, but this cattle and sheep which they are which produces the large amount of this methane gas. So with methane gas it is directly released into the atmosphere, and the fertilizers which they use, say which will produces the nitrous gas oxides which are directly released into the atmosphere. And also by continuously use of the fertilizers in the field, by continuously using this fertilizer field, which is reducing the fertility of the land and converting it to it like a desert. So which is also a very serious issue. We have to use the new technology, so that by using this organic fertilizers and other materials, so we have to do the farming. And fourth one is, and next topic content is mining. So in the modern life, it is entirely depends upon the mining and metallurgical industries, starting from the house to the construction of the buildings. So example, for the construction of the building, we will need the steels. So that steel it is getting by extracting or by doing the mining of the iron ores. So already in our Karnataka, the major area used for the extraction of the iron ore is this Ballari, Sandur and Hospet. So when we continuously extract the natural resources, which cause the imbalance in the ecosystem, even though it increases the GDF, helps in development of the industries as well as GDC of the country, but also it is affecting our climate. So for that reason, so we should have the limitations over the use of this natural resources. Now the effects of the global warming. See, the global warming has an various very intensive effect on the our climate. So we will discuss one by one. First one is on biodiversity. See, increase in the temperature and the climate which upheavs or disturb the ecosystem, which modifies the cycle of the plant production. The scarcity of the resources may even the climate change are also changing the life habit and migratory cycles of the animals. Means we are already witnessing the disappearance of the many species of the plants and animals from the earth's surface. That is due to the effect of the global warming. So in the global warming, normally the average temperature of the earth is increasing. So at a present scenario, it is increasing at a rate of 0.2 degree for every decade. So when there is an increase in the temperature of the earth, means some of the plants are also animals. So those they can't survive in such an polluted atmosphere or such a increased temperature atmosphere. So such animals, they are going to disappear from the earth surface. So second one is, the second effect is on oceans. Because of the global warming, the permafrost or ice, which is melting massively at the northern solar poles in the Antarctica regions, and the sea level is increasing at a rate never known before. It is increasing at a very faster rate. In a century, it has reached nearly 18 centimeter. Means the ocean level is increased at a rate of 1.8 centimeter for every year. So when this ocean level is increased, so normally, so that ocean level is increased, so it will cause a serious issue. So that water will goes on occupying the our Earth's surface, and it is estimated that it may rise up to 1 meter by 2100. Next, the effects of this global warming on our humans. The humans are also not spared by the global warming. The climate change is also affecting our global economy. It is already shaking up the social, health and geographical balances in our many parts of the world. the scarcity of the food resources and energy, which will rise to a new conflict. So by due to this global warming, suddenly we are experiencing a drought, or suddenly we are experiencing a more precipitation or more rainfall. So which is creating a flood like natural disasters. So this directly or indirectly, the global warming, it is affecting everyone which is who is present on the earth surface. And next one is weather. For a decades now, this meteorologists and climatologists around the world have watching the effects of the global warming. This effect of the global warming on the weather, it is very huge. So nearly 25% of the our world, it is suffering from the drought. There is no rainfall in the particular area. So when you see this part of the part of the Africa, so there is no rain in that particular area, and some of the area which is receiving the more rainfall or heavy rainfall, which is creating a natural disaster like floods, hurricanes, or storms, all, and wildfires during the summer, or even sometimes we are missing the atmospheres like free frost reason. So like that, this effects of the global warming is very huge. And next one is overconsumption. The overconsumption of the natural resources also will affect the global warming. The natural resources should be utilized in a very precise way. So we should use the natural resources how much we require. So we should not waste the natural resources. So when we over consume the natural resources, so it is definitely affecting our climate. So for that reason, all the natural resources such as the fossil fuels, in that either it is coal or oil or any other natural resources, we should use all the resources in a very controlled way. Okay, so now till we have discussed the various effects of the global warming, their causes. So now we will move to the next content, a greenhouse effect. So already this greenhouse effect is nothing but it's an hasiru mane parinama. See, this greenhouse house effect, it is an process by which the radiation from the sun warms up our planet surface to a temperature above that it would be without this atmosphere. So nothing but normally what happens when the sun releases the energy in the form of radiation. So nearly 50% of the energy, it is directly reaching to the atmosphere, and the remaining 50% will be absorbed by the various gases which are present in the atmosphere. So just you go through the figure, just you go through the figure. So this white color, it will indicate it is an energy released from the sun in the form of a heat, so that are hitting the earth surface. This white colored rays indicate it is an energy released by the sun which is reaching the earth surface. So when that energy reaches the earth surface, so normally the earth, it is cooler than the sun, so it will absorb the energy and releases it in the form of a radiations. You may see this light pink colored lines. So these arrows, so these are the energy which is in the form of a radiation. So that radiation, it is released into our atmosphere, and those radiations are absorbed by the molecules or other gases which are present in the atmosphere. The light energy which is emitted by the sun warm up the earth surface, which reflect the energy as a heat waves, and that warms the our atmosphere. And that's why we know, so during winter season we are receiving somewhat less energy from the sun, and but whereas during the summer season, so we are receiving much energy which is in the form of a heat, so thereby increasing the temperature during summer season as compared to the winter. The much of the heat captured by the greenhouse gases such as that water vapor, which is present in the concentration of nearly 36 to 70%, carbon dioxide which is present in the concentration of 9 to 26%, and methane gases which are present in a concentration of nearly 4 to 9%, and ozone 3 to 7%. The earth receiving energy from the sun, it is in the form of a ultraviolet radiation, visible and near infrared radiations. So that energy we receive in these forms. Nearly 26% of the incoming energy, it is reflected by the space, atmosphere and clouds, and 19% will be absorbed by the atmospheric clouds, and the most of the remaining energy is absorbed by the our earth surface, because normally the earth is cooler than any other material, so for that reason it will absorb the remaining energy released from the sun. Just I told you the earth surface, it is colder than the sun, so it will radiate the wavelength that are much longer wavelengths than that they were absorbed, means the wavelength of the energy which is released from the earth surface, which is much longer than they received from the sun. And most of this thermal radiation, it is absorbed by the atmosphere, thereby warming the our earth surface. So already we are experiencing the increase in the temperature of the our earth day by day. So every summer we are experiencing more temperature, are getting hotter day by day. So already estimated up to there is a 0.2 degree rise in a temperature for every decade, but that is an actually old data. Now it is extensively increasing nearly a half degree for every year. That okay, next one. Atmosphere also gains heat by the sensible and latex heat. Sensible by latex heat. So that latex heat is nothing but the solid, the molecules which are present in the solid form, they are converting into the liquid or vapor, so they will also absorb the energy from the earth surface. The atmosphere which radiates the energy both in a upward direction as well as in a downward direction. So the energy which is released in the upward direction, it will be into our atmosphere, and that will be absorbed by the some of the molecules which are present in the atmosphere, and some it is retained in our atmosphere, thereby increasing the temperature of our atmosphere, and some will be it is absorbed by the earth surface itself. Okay, so we so till now it completes my presentation. So this my presentation, it is referred the books Water Supply and Sanitary Engineering by Rangwala and S.C. Sharma and M.P. Punia. So I will tribute to these two great authors for providing the contents required for us. So now we will discuss some of the multiple choice questions or objective type questions which are related to the contents what we covered. So the most so first one, it is a multiple choice questions. The first one, the most visually striking evidence of the global warming is, options are, first one is increased precipitation along the Gulf Coast states. Second one is highly varying the temperature fluctuations felt during the winter months. Third one is rapid melting of the glacial ice on nearly every continent, and D, all the above. So just you go through the question, it is an striking evidence of the global warming. So the global warming is not having a single effect. It is having multiple effects. That global warming, see, increased precipitation all of the ghost state are varying the temperature fluctuations. And third one is that rapid melting of the glacial ice. So just now explain you, it is a one of the major effect on the, that global warming has a major effect on the melting of the ices in the polar regions. So the answer for this is, that is C, rapid melting of the glacier ice on nearly every continent. Next one, which of the following gas doesn't contribute to global warming? Which of the following gas doesn't contribute to the global warming? First one is methane, second carbon dioxide, third one is sulfur, fourth one is acetylene. So just to carefully go through the question, which is, which of the following gas doesn't contribute to the global warming? So the answer is fourth one, acetylene, methane gas. So methane gas is, just now I told you, it is released by the this cow and ships. Carbon dioxide, which is released by the burning of the fossil fuels, and the sulfur dioxide is also released by the into the atmosphere. And whereas this acetylene, so this acetylene, it is one of the polymer, normally it doesn't contribute to the global warming. And next one is, the energy sources that doesn't emit carbon emissions are, the energy sources which doesn't emit carbon emissions are nuclear power plants, windmills, or solar cells. So the answer is all the above, because the nuclear power plant also will not emit the carbon emissions. So for that reason only, everywhere now we are doing a more research on the nuclear power plants, because the pollution is very less, because it doesn't emit any carbon emissions, either carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide. And second one is windmills. So that windmill is also one of the renewable energy source. So that windmill which generate the power, so it doesn't have any pollution, simply it uses the wind which is present in the atmosphere. And third one is solar cells. That solar cells, it will absorb the energy directly from the sunlight. So it doesn't release any carbon dioxide or other emissions. So the answer for this question is answer D, all the above. Nuclear power plant, it will also will not emit the carbon dioxide. Windmill also will not emit the carbon dioxide, and solar cells. So like that, the answer is D, all the above. And fourth one is, the example for the greenhouse gases are, The main example for the greenhouse gases are water vapor, carbon dioxide, ozone, and fourth one is all the above. Just to go through the question very carefully, the example for the greenhouse gases are water vapor, carbon dioxide, and ozone. So all these three are the example for the greenhouse gases. So the answer one is it should be fourth, that all the above. And next one, when do these greenhouse gases cause global warming? So that is a main important question, because the greenhouse gases which are already present in the atmosphere, but when they are present in a limited way, so it doesn't cause or doesn't worsen the this greenhouse effect. But when their concentration is increased, or when their concentration is enhanced in the atmosphere, so it will cause the global warming. First option, when their concentration is enhanced. Second, when their concentration is decreased. Third one, when there is no greenhouse gases. And fourth one is when greenhouse gases released in a balanced way. So answer is obviously A, when their concentration is enhanced, or when their concentration is increased in the atmosphere, it will cause the greenhouse global warming. Okay, so with this, so I will stop my uh, teaching on the just relevant topics. And if you have any doubts, so you may mail to lms.dt.k@gmail.com. Thank you.